So we'll start off with John Werner from the Waco Tribune-Herald.
Hi, Jacob. What in general do you see from the Mississippi defense, and do they remind you of any team you've played this year?
I think they run their system a lot like Iowa State. Some close matchups and players and things like that too. I mean, obviously they're a really good defense, and Iowa State was a great defense too. So there's a pretty clear comparison that way.
Next, we'll go to David Ubben from The Athletic.
What did you make of you guys talking kind of in explicit terms before the season about winning a Big 12 title? What did you think when that was being talked about so much?
I mean, that's always the goal. I mean, when I came in here, I knew that we had the talent to do that and the coaching staff to do that. So I think that was all on our minds. I mean, we really just needed to put the work in, and seeing the first couple wins go through, I think that really energized the whole team. And I think it was very clear goal at that point.
Next is Jack Allen from WXXV TV in Waco.
Hey, I was just wondering if you could talk about what it means to you to be playing in a game like the Sugar Bowl and to kind of get the chance to end this season in such a prestigious kind of bowl game.
Being in a New Year's Six Bowl like this is a huge opportunity for the whole program, for me, for the team, for everybody. I mean, it's an awesome experience, and I'm super excited to do this. I've been hyped all Christmas break, all as soon as school ended. I've been so excited to get down there and start practicing and playing this game.
Next, go to Ted Lewis from the New Orleans Times-Picayune.
Yeah, I think you've played in this will be like your 60th college football game. What is that like? And also, if the playoff system expansion had gone through, it's going to be too late for you, but y'all would be actually at home for a quarterfinal game this week. How do you feel about expanding the playoffs, and even though it would mean extra games for the players?
All these big programs, I think a lot of these players want to play in the NFL anyway. I mean, and these NFL seasons are getting longer too. I think it would make sense to add more teams to the playoff, because guys are going to have to get used to this if they want to play at the next level anyway. I don't think it's too much stress. I mean, if you really want to be a professional player, I think playing more games is not going to hurt you at all. So I think it'd be a good addition to add more teams.
Next is Matt Mosley from ESPN Central Texas.
Yeah, I was wondering what adjustment you had to make, playing in this Grimes offense. What traits work best, you feel like, in this offense, and how much of a change was it from the style you were used to after transferring?
I think one of the best traits to have is just like being confident and not hesitating whenever you're doing anything. As soon as you hesitate, that's when you kind of lose your step in the offense. You want to be able to play fast every single play. And by doing that, I mean, that's the best way you can run the offense, is by playing fast. And by hesitating, obviously, you're not going to be on steps with everybody else in your team, and then you kind of fall out of the play. So I think just being confident, and when you're confident in your play, I mean, you're not going to be hesitating. You'll be playing as fast as you can. So I think that's probably the best trait you can have.
Next is Eric Kelly from KWKT TV in Waco.
I'm just curious, what's playing for Coach Aranda like, and have you ever seen him yell at somebody?
I've seen him yell a couple of times. It's not really his style, I don't think, but I love playing for Coach Aranda. I think he's an awesome guy. Great culture builder. I think just coming here and seeing the culture that he's really created and being a part of it has just been awesome. I love every day being a part of this team. It's a great experience, and I think he's a fantastic coach.
We'll now go to Sam Kahn from The Athletic.
Hey, Jacob, I'm curious, when you chose Baylor, what were the biggest factors in your decision to choose Baylor? And also, what have you made of the culture of this team?
So probably the biggest factors, probably Coach Mateos and Coach Grimes and obviously Coach Aranda. So those three coaches were a huge piece of me wanting to be a part of this team. Just what they've done before and how good of coaches I've heard that they are. And then obviously being a part of it now, I've been able to say those are true so much. But yeah, those were three of the best things. And then obviously just the history of like kind of Baylor. I knew like last year COVID had a lot of things to do with the team. But the year before that, obviously, there was the Sugar Bowl, went to the Big 12 championship. So I know they had the players, they had the coaches. I knew it was going to be a good fit for me and for us to be successful. And
Now
then
go ahead.
sorry, what was the other question you had? I think I only answered one of it.
No, just the culture. I think you kind of touched on it, but just the culture of this team, I guess, and how have you seen it, I guess, persist through you guys through this entire season?
Yeah. Like I said, before, the culture has been great. Coaches really adamant about keeping a strong culture, keeping the standard and things like that. I think tons of guys are buying into it. And I think it's just been awesome throughout the season, seeing guys work and really buy into the culture.
Next, we'll go to Curtis Quillen from KCN TV in Waco.
Jacob, I know you weren't here last season when the offensive line had a lot of issues, but what has Coach Mateos's message through the entire 2021 season been, and how has it kind of hit with all of you guys on the offensive line?
Coach just preaches us trying to get better every single day. He always wants us to work hard during practice and then work on our own after practice just to get better and work on the little things that we need to improve on. He's really passionate about us just getting better every single day and working hard every single day to do that. There's no off minute or off second or off day or anything like that with Coach Mateos. When we're there, we're working every single minute and we're working hard to get better.
We have a follow-up question from Ted Lewis from the New Orleans Times-Picayune.
Yes, could you talk a little bit about Abram Smith, a guy coming over from linebacker? You saw him in the spring, and then does he still have that linebacker mentality, or how does it translate for him being a running back?
I mean, Abram just wants to hit people. I think he hits people harder than anybody else on the team. So I guess from a linebacker standpoint, those guys want to do that too, and he wants to do that too. So I think he still has a little bit of that in him. He wants to hit people and he wants to do it hard. So yeah, I love playing with him just because of that mentality.
We have time for one final question. We'll go to Eric Kelly from KWKT TV.
Jacob, just having Gary back and in the huddle, what kind of added juice does that bring to the offense? Not that, obviously Blake filled in really well, but what does Gary bring?
Gary's obviously a high energy guy. He's really fun to be around, and he's a fantastic player. So having him in there is just a huge confidence boost. I mean, I love all our quarterbacks, so I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. But having Gary in there is it's awesome. I mean, I worked with him through most of the season, and so I love working with Gary. But yeah, having him in there is a big confidence boost for everybody, and we love having Gary in there, and he's a great player.
Thank you very much for your time this morning, Jacob. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you in New Orleans.
Thank you.